The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which time any business affecting their interest is discussed and acted upon. In accordance with provisions of this Act and Board of Education Policy 0162, the Board of Education of the Borough of Bound Brook has caused notice of this meeting to be posted in the board office and at Bound Brook High School and mailed or faxed to the Courier News, Bound Brook Borough Clerk, South Bound Brook Board of Education, and any person who has requested individual notice and paid the required fee. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there anyone that needs a translator? Seeing none, can I get a roll call?
Bill. Here. Ms. Wilson.
Here.
Martinez.
Here.
Ms. Morris.
Here.
Mr. Zamora. Here. Mr. Tomaselli. Here. Mr. Valera.
Here.
Mr. Zoko.
Here.
And Mr. Fox.
Here. At this time, we are going to go to previous comments. We're not swearing in a new member. He still has to finish his background check. I emailed him today, and he has it scheduled, so he should be in place by the next meeting. I can't believe it's the end of this year. I don't know if it's been the longest or it's just it's the most surreal for sure. I'm personally, as a teacher, very glad to be that close to the end of the year, and I'm sure faculty and staff are looking forward to a much needed vacation. And I'm really hopeful that next year we'll return to some more normalcy. But certainly enjoy your time off. At this time, we're going to call up for student of the month. You want to call up that? Sure.
Paula, can we skip her? She's in the bathroom. Can we go to the next one?
Sure.
He'll come right back.
Okay.
Lafayette School, Erica Clark. We can do that.
All right, for Lafayette, our student of the month for June, we have Justin Portillo. Daryl Mix Passmore.
Okay, good evening. Our first recipient is Brenda Gamboa Vargas. There was a miscommunication for fourth grade, so there's 2 awards. So I want to say Ainara Kuros, fourth grade student, stand up. We're going to get her certificate and shirt tomorrow. Our other student of the month. Oh, here it is, Einar. Here. I have it right here. Never mind. Sorry. Come on. We have Leah Navarro. And we have Isabel Herrera Vasquez.
Good evening, everyone. The Community Middle School is proud to recognize as a Student of the Month, Sebastian Badia. The Community Middle School is also proud to recognize Josue Alberto Martinez Hernandez.
We're gonna circle back to Dr. S for Lamont Annex.
Good evening. Congratulations to Henry Baum. Becca Maite Sardo.
Maybe in a few years. And for the high school, we have Mr. Smith.
Good evening. Crusader Citizens of the Month, for the month of June, we would like to congratulate the following recipients. Edward Avendano. Our next recipient, Irvin Castellan. Zuwaidi Lopez. And Ryan Nara.
Thank you. At this time, we will bring the principals forward to announce the GEM awards. We'll start with Lamont Annex.
So congratulations to Mrs. Martinez, James GEM winner. Ms. Martinez is a wonderful speech therapist, who's constantly working to provide our students the best possible care. And she's now traveling to different schools to serve students. She's attending meetings, writing reports. She's always available to help her students, families, and staff as needed. She's my go-to person when I have questions about speech and readily offers advice, tips, and solutions. I appreciate her flexibility and helping spirit. Ms. Martinez's willingness to help when needed and go above and beyond for our students is deeply appreciated and doesn't go unnoticed. We are truly lucky to have her as part of our team. Congratulations, Mrs. Martinez.
For Lafayette, Ms. Clark.
Lafayette's gem for the month is Miss Aria Driscoll. If you were here for the last board meeting, you heard me speak about our efforts to support parents and students through multiple meetings and phone calls. None of those would have been possible without the help of Mrs. Driscoll. I have recently dubbed her smooth operator because you can barely hear her when she is on the phone, but within an hour or two, she will be done going through an extensive list of meetings that need to be scheduled. Mrs. Driscoll's warm relationships with families from her time at the annex was crucial to making the start of the school year less stressful, since many of them were already familiar and comfortable sharing information with her. Those relationships take time and trust, and that did not go unnoticed. There you are. Mrs. Driscoll, thank you for always being willing to lend a helping hand and for all that you do to keep Lafayette running smoothly. From your frequent reminders that help me greatly, to your willingness to help translate so that we can communicate clearly with our families, you are greatly appreciated.
This is only Miss Rand's second year, but she has already made an impact with Smalley School and the district. Miss Rand is a key member for getting our outdoor classroom up and running, which we opened up today. She made a Google folder for the Smalley Outdoor Planning Committee with ideas, visions, pictures, and strategies to build the classroom. Some documents included letters to stakeholders and business for donations, kindness rock ideas, some tables and seating, and recycling vertical gardens. She built a small outdoor library for our students to enjoy reading books as well. She presented her title, Unforeseen Ripples of Text Complexity in CCSS, Issues of Theories, Practice, and Programs at the Literacy Research Association Convention. She was chosen for the Area 3 Best Paper Award and honored during the award ceremony at the 70th LRA Annual Conference. She has over 15 hours completed towards the George Street Playhouse Virtual Arts and Decoration Professional Development Network. Ms. Rand is a part of the district curriculum committee and took on the role of having a student teacher in her class from Rutgers earlier this year. Ms. Rand is also completing her doctorate at Rutgers University in literacy, and she teaches college courses at New Jersey City University. I am proud to announce our 5th grade teacher, Ms. Rand, for the June Gem of the Month.
Hello again. The Community Middle School is proud to recognize Digna Fernandez as the CMS Gem Award recipient for the month of June. Each month I survey staff regarding this award, and the responses I received this month were overwhelming. Let's all think back to where we were last year, March, April, and May of 2020. As local and national news painted a picture of COVID doom, and when most people were ordered to stay at home, Digna was one of the few who responded to the call. At a time where many were wearing full body armor just to go to their mailbox and open an envelope, Digna reported to work at CMS. If she had any apprehension, you wouldn't know it. Digna was here each and every day without question. She worked tirelessly throughout this pandemic to keep our building clean and to ensure the safety of everyone who entered. Each day, Digna can be seen roaming the hallways, cleaning high-touch areas, and making sure everything runs smoothly. In a time where kindness doesn't always make the headlines, Digna puts it on the top of her priority list. She's one of those people who always has a smile on her face and has a pleasant greeting for every staff member that enters the building. Digna is always willing to help others. Occasionally, while passing by the main office, Digna will see a parent who is struggling with communicating and will lend a hand with translation. However, Digna's approach to work does not tell the full story. I had the pleasure of teaching 6th grade math to Digna's son, Dylan, who went on to graduate Bound Brook High School last year as one of the top students in his class and is currently in college. Digna's younger son, Brandon, is an honors student at CMS and is following in his brother's footsteps in terms of academic excellence. Both boys are incredibly kind, thoughtful, respectful, and are a proud testament to the lessons they learn at home from their mother. On behalf of the entire middle school staff, I would like to congratulate Digna Fernandez for being this month's GEM recipient, and thank you for your dedication and hard work that has kept all of us safe throughout this past year.
Good evening once again. The Bound Brook High School recipient of the GEM Award is being awarded to Ms. Renee Griffin. Ms. Griffin has taken her role of security aide to a new level. Throughout the course of the year, she has greeted visitors, ensuring they take their temperatures and fill out COVID forms. She has helped organize drop-off and pickup of materials, as well as assisted students with getting the proper help they need through IT and the guidance department. She has utilized the WhatsApp app to help any Spanish-speaking visitors when they visit the building. In between answering the phone and the door, Ms. Griffin has cleaned, decorated, and organized the registrar's office. She sorts and delivers everyone's mail. Most importantly, Ms. Griffin has brought a positive energy to the building. She keeps a smile and positive attitude day in and day out. She's always willing to help anyone who needs it. This has not been an easy year to navigate the front door of the high school. However, Ms. Griffin has made the job look like a piece of cake and meets her responsibilities with great confidence. For this reason and many others, congratulations to Ms. Griffin.
And I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate our district gems for June, our building principals. Bound is fortunate to have 5 outstanding principals leading our buildings. The men and women who fill these roles are caring and compassionate educational leaders who are focused on providing for the needs of each child. Our principals set a tone for the buildings that ensure our students are being prepared for college and careers from the time that they enter our schools to the time they graduate. They encourage individual learning, community engagement, and independent thinking. They recognize that play and extracurricular activities are just as important for growth as what happens in the classroom. The principals in our schools strive to make families and community members partners in our students' education. They work hand in hand with our parent organizations. They hold special nights for families to take part in activities with their students. They bring community members into the buildings to share their knowledge. Our schools enjoy strong school-home community connections because of the steps they take to foster them. They also support our staff, whether it is a teacher, a paraprofessional, a secretary, a custodian, a food service worker, or another member of the support staff. Our principals know each person is a key figure in the overall outcome of our students. As this school year comes to a close, I extend a sincere thank you to the Bound Brook principals. Without the leadership and dedication you provide, our students would not be able to dream, lead, and achieve. So I would like to congratulate Dr. S. Ms. Buck. Mr. Edwards. Mr. Sanaserma.
At this time, Mr. Ross will be presenting a presentation on RBCC VOTEC Direct Program presentation. If anyone on the board can't see, you might want to take a seat in the front.
Can you hear and both hear me? Can you hear me now? Good. All right, folks, so here's what we have first. I'm gonna pull up my computer so I can move things appropriately. Come over here. First, I need to congratulate the students for their Students of the Month, congratulate the principals for their GEM awards and all the other GEM winners, and also look forward to another great year coming up. So what I'm looking at here is this interesting world called Beyond the Pendulum, because we're working on developing programs where students aren't caught thinking either or. College, as far as I know, is work. Career is an education. Oftentimes when we're guiding students, we say to them, you have to think career or you're thinking college. Both are work and you do both in work and education. So with that being said, what is this beyond the pendulum piece? What I'm trying to get at is all the work that we've been doing here is moving away from thinking either or with our students. We're giving them programs where anything they do in their career is academic. The academic stuff can help them with a career and be practical. So what we're trying to get away from is thinking left, right, and moving into this collective, as I'm calling it, collective mosaic of many colors, and not thinking just two sides, trying to be open and know that there may be no single right answer to a lot of different issues that we're dealing with, especially since students are often going to grow and change their interests as they move along. So what are we looking at? First, I need to say that this program is something that the program that I'm presenting needs all the backup work that the district gives it. So number one is we have a lot of programs that are going on PK all the way to 8th grade that get students prepared for these levels of programs. So certain pieces with New Jersey Inclusive Education, which is coming into the district as a way of having students be more included in their educational environment, and working with more in-class supports and having students really supported in a general education classroom, no matter where they are in their learning process. Then again, we're developing and we're seeing STEAM pieces come into the younger grades. STEAM is that whole science, technology, engineering, arts, and with mathematics. It's again one of those things that's beyond the pendulum. You can be a math person and an art person simultaneously. It's kind of like the precision of the artist versus the creativity of the scientist. So when we see these things happening, we also see it inside the general ed classroom where Science 5-6 is doing something with virtual labs and is creating a new science curriculum. And then they're adding a robotics club to pair with what's going on in the high school. We're seeing virtual labs in the middle school. And then we're also seeing diversity inclusion clubs that are supporting kids so that they're not thinking, I have to do A or B. I am either a math person or an English person. I am either a career person or a college person. And along with this, we have a lot of mental health initiatives. So for me, all those pieces together, pre-K through 8, get us to a lot of programs that are really moving students forward. STAR program, Opportunity Center, where I've had an option to teach this past year. The ADDED program, where I've been a part of the team that created that and establishing it and supporting the students in their growth. And that's been something that has enriched students from all levels and from all aspects of education. We've had an increase of many percent in our CEP dual enrollment. CEP is concurrent enrollment with our local community college. We also increased computer science here in the high school from none to 1 to 6. So we see a lot of these things growing. And then this summer, we've been the recipient of a grant for College Readiness Now that has been existing in the district for many years. We receive extra funds to make sure that the students can be prepared for college. So they're spending a whole summer giving us 21 hours of their time to get them set up for career vision and college vision moving into their senior year. So the program that we're looking at, students are going to be going to RVCC in a Rotec direct way. We're trying to get all of our students connected to this dual enrollment process. So our goal is to expose students to a college experience in high school that gives them career and academic head start. And they get vocational certificates, plus they can get college credits towards associates or others in their work. So the time frame for this rollout is really next year, pilot year, year 1, we have one solid program. And then from there, year 2, we start to add new programs. So year 1, what are we getting? The goal is to have students going to RVCC from the high school to work on advanced manufacturing. What is advanced manufacturing? It's milling, it's engineering lathe, it's manual machinists, it's being a production technician who is a person who can program the computers to make things happen with large machines. So what can students get out of this? They get 5 high school credits, they get career certifications like OSHA cert and other advanced certifications, and then potentially college credit as we move forward. So year 2, as we expand the vision, we end up with this program called MUD, and basically a variation on cosmetology, which is an interesting name, I guess, MUD, cosmetology. It's an interesting way for our students to again connect to a career path while here in the school. Next is automotive technology. That would be another program where the students would be going to RVCC. That's a program they get certificates plus college credits. So what is this going to look like? And this is where we've been working out, this high school team and the whole administrative team, the district, has been working on how can we make this happen for a few years now. And this investment is, I think, really important, and that's why I'm here to share it and why I'm here to promote it. What this is going to look like is we work on an A-B schedule in the high school, and the key thing is that students will leave for RVCC on a bus and go on campus, working in the workforce building, which is a beautiful place at the college campus, and interacting with the professors there, the career and industry people there, and other students there. So they'll get there at 10:30, they have an hour 45 of intensive work. They will see the advanced manufacturing, but they'll also be exposed to the cosmetology, to the auto, to the HVAC, to the electrician, to other areas that may interest them as well. They won't be taking those, but they're in the same building and they will be exposed to them, which is important. Then we will bring the students back for lunch and they go to their last period here. So this program is, I think, worth every penny that we can put in the student success story. Why? Because we will have students able to work on their academics here in the high school while they take a, get a chance to see what they want to do, or as I think a lot of us learn, find out what you want to do by knowing what you don't want to do as well. So they get a real hands-on experience. And so here's where I guess I'll slow down a bit. What is it that we want to see? Well, we have a pilot program where we're sending students for an advanced manufacturing program, about 20 students at RVCC. And then the goal for me and the whole district is to keep expanding those offerings so that it can be more robust. Who is it? Well, our students here getting something by being exposed to the RVCC campus, being exposed to college, while they're being exposed to a career. And they can come back and hopefully brag about it, hopefully feel good about themselves, and hopefully make this program gather seed and move forward. So any more questions or, well, any questions, sorry, I didn't take any questions or any concerns, it's right here, and I will ask my principal, Mr. Smith, to maybe post this up on the website. I'll put it on my website as well, so you can see the presentation. Anybody have any questions about this pilot program of us getting students to RVCC for career pieces?
Is there a grade level that they're starting at?
So yes, so some of the particulars that way, the grade level is juniors and seniors. Ideally, we want to bring it down to 10th grade, but the college prefers the junior senior. And then what we will do is have other courses that will gear them up towards it in the 9 and 10. So, and then and students will be going one day a week. As we say, we have an A-B day, so it'll be either an A day or a B day. And they'll be going over, we have a teacher who accompanies them, and that way they get to be monitored by our staff, but they're working with the RVCC staff over there.
Is there like qualifications in order to qualify for the program?
So that's a good thing. We're part of the process of growing this. It started about 2 years ago at RVCC, these outreach programs, and we've been trying to get in. Hence, another reason why I want to be here is make sure we get our foot in this door. And so they're working on establishing some criteria. They, at this point, have you want to work with us, we want to work with you, let's get it going. And there'll probably be a developing, and I know there will be a developing process for placement to make sure that students are focused or that they know that they want to be in a certain place. So right now, to answer your question directly, no, there isn't a process. However, they're working on it because this is as new as 3 years ago when I first came here. We were starting to introduce this. Then last year we tried. Now we want to put the pennies behind the people and get the students there.
Thank you.
So I have two questions. So the max amount of credits you're saying they're getting for both years 1 and 2 is 10 credits, or could they earn more than 10 credits?
So that's something we're working out with the college here and the college. So we're still looking at how many credits you get in the high school piece, because you will get certificates and or credits at the college level, depending on the piece. For example, auto gets college credits and certificates. Advanced manufacturing, we're starting with next year, only gets certificate. So that's where we're looking at the hours and trying to calculate how that would work into credit hours. Minimum 5. Ultimately, if they're getting dual time, we would want to give them the 10 credits because they are doing more work.
And then will they have to pay for those credits, or is it?
That's what this program is. We're putting that investment. So the pennies that I keep talking about, which aren't pennies.
Lots of pennies.
It's lots of pennies, but I think that's, for me, each individual penny for each individual student is very well worth it because they get to start in a program. So they will be about a year into one aspect of the advanced manufacturing. If they're a senior, then they can jump into 13th and 14th grade. If they're a junior, they get a year. We could give them another year. And they may be partially halfway through the program, but since we're only working with one course, they wouldn't be 90% through. So over a 2-year process, they're closer to, they're about halfway through. A 1-year process, they have a lead into, okay, can I go to RVCC to continue it? And that's where we also work with them to get them money. So that we make sure that if they go to the program at RVCC, they're not spending money, and we're trying to facilitate that. That's something we do, and that's an active piece.
And this is at RVCC Branchburg, or is it RVCC like VOTEC in Branchburg?
It's RVCC in Branchburg. So it's the on the college campus experience, which is why I like this. And the workforce building is a beautiful building there that was created not that long ago. And it houses all these areas, the cosmetology, the advanced manufacturing, the auto mechanics, the HVAC, and the students will be exposed. They will be around other students, not in class with them, but they'll be able to see the other students from Somerset VOTEC and places like that. So for me, it's a way for us to be RVCC VOTEC direct and get our students on the college campus, and then ideally come back and feel proud of themselves and get more people to go.
So they would be VOTEC technically part-time as well, so it'd be considered like VOTEC or RVCC, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a VOTEC program. Is it labeled VOTEC? It's so CTE, college, career technical education. These courses are coded as a career technical education by their SIP, the number that attaches it, and helps us with our development for Perkins grant funding that way as well. So yes, it's a VOTEC environment that we're trying to create.
Any other questions? Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Someone came in.
Hi, it's me again. I'd like to take an opportunity to recognize our student of the month, Josue Alberto Martinez Hernandez.
This time we're going to have the art presentation.
Yeah, we're gonna put the computer right here. Yeah.
The background.
Lovely places.
Okay.
I'm gonna come and try to talk to everybody.
Yes.
Good evening, board members, administration, staff, families, and community members. My name is Janet Catone, and this is Liz Levering. We are the art teachers here at Bound High School, and we also advise the Art Club and National Art Honor Society. We put a slideshow together of our last club activity spotlighting a positive art project we helped facilitate in our community in cooperation with the Bound Brook Revitalization Project.
Tonight, we have a few club members here representing the Art Club and National Art Honor Society. We advise them, we help, and we guide our students, but they're the ones who do all of the work that you're going to see in this presentation tonight. And their creativity is what makes downtown windows that you're going to see tonight look so beautiful. I'd like to introduce Araceli Prega. And Juliana Acuna. To explain to you a little bit about our last community beautification project, which was the downtown. So you guys are going to stand right here and talk.
Okay. BBHS Visual Art Department. In recent years, the Bound Brook chapter of the National Art Honor Society and
Is that
BBHS.
on?
Hold on.
It's not.
It's not working.
Yeah, go ahead. There you go. There you go.
You shouldn't have to do that. Okay. Thank you. In recent years, the Bound Brook chapter of the National Art Honor Society and BBHS Art Club have worked cooperatively to develop art-based community service projects that directly benefit the community of Bound Brook.
One of these projects is the Window Mural Painting Project. This project is done in collaborating with the Bound Brook Revitalization Partnership each year.
The window painting downtown has become an annual tradition for NHS and art club students in recent years. Students devote an afternoon several times a year to seasonal painting decoration in downtown business windows. Businesses who sign up for the service and local community members look forward to seeing the students work.
This is quoted from Robert L. Lynch, president of Americans for the Arts. The arts empower. The art gives a voice to the voiceless. The arts help transform American communities, and as I often say, the result can be a better child, a better town, and a better nation, and certainly a better world. Let's champion our art action heroes,
Emulate.
emulate them, and make our communities everything we want them to be.
Our club provides an opportunity for interested high school students to meet after school to work on special art projects and to share art experiences with their peers. Our club is open to all students who are interested in art. They do not need to be currently enrolled in an art class. In addition to producing arts that interest them, students participate in volunteering and community service opportunities by working on art-related projects to better their school and the community.
I'm going to talk a little bit about National Art Honor Society. Some membership criteria is that the National Art Honor Society emphasizes outstanding artistic scholars in school and community through development of artistic endeavors together with a strong moral character. By amplifying these standards, the members of the society promote an awareness of art and become active participants in the education process at their school and in their community as well.
Brown Book Revitalization Partnership. The goal: to improve the economic potential of all businesses located in the Special Improvement District and those who will be a part of the future of Bound Brook. By providing a safe, clean, and attractive downtown that meets the needs of residents, customers, owners, and employees, the BPRB promotes Bound Brook as a desirable location to visit and invest. These are just a few of the pictures from, we met twice this year, the fall and the spring, to paint the windows downtown. We had pretty big groups of students come despite our pandemic issues. But these are just a few pictures. I'll scroll through, and then we have quotes from some people of the community.
Former teacher Ms. Conover said, "Love this, what a great partnership. My former students, you continue to make me proud."
On behalf of the Boundbrook Revitalization Partnership, I would like to share with the Board of Ed how special and important this partnership is to us. The BBHS Art Club and Art Honor Society students and their teachers are the best, and we love working with them as they bring such light and happiness to the downtown. The students take such time and great care to come up with the special designs for each storefront and left each business owner with a smile on their face. In a year that has been particularly trying and uncertain, these art projects have brought a lot of joy to the community and really brighten our Main Street. These art projects have such a positive impact on the community.
As evidenced by the quotes and comments received on these projects, it is clear just how important and valuable art is to the area, and it is all because of these dedicated students willing to give their time to making the area beautiful. In addition to this, I have already received requests from businesses, including new ones, that saw the window paintings last week to get on the list to have the windows painted again in the fall for harvest season and Christmas/holiday season. Again, we are so proud for this partnership. The students and the teachers are amazing and we definitely want to continue to work together in the future. It's quoted by
Kate Brindle, the downtown manager of the Boundbrook Revitalization Partnership.
Michael, the owner of Mirror Image Barbershop, said talented, amazing, great energy.
It makes me so happy to see these projects coming back. The kids who painted the streets and crosswalks did an amazing job too. I hope they refresh the ones by the library in Lafayette. The art around town and the community gardens are fantastic. Keep going, great job. Is there more comments from the community? Students did a fantastic job painting the store windows.
Love this. Great job of making the town feel more festive.
Love when they had the windows painting contest back when I was in high school. Never did it, but made things look nice. Reminded and showcased the talent of those doing painting, just like this.
Love this. Boundbrook feels so festive and happy.
Love this. You're all very talented.
The painted windows and fall decor look fabulous.
I think that's it, right? All right, so that's it. All right. All right, so that's our presentation for tonight, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and when you go downtown, take a look. We have a lot of summer stuff up, a lot more for us.
I'm just going to take a 2-minute break so that if anyone needs to leave and go home, they don't have to worry about interrupting the meeting. And then we'll continue 2 minutes. Not 2.
It's something that I think when I feel like
Type of it, cut it off.
That must have been.
That's great. That's 7 hours
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that's still, I couldn't follow this,
Oh, it matters. I was like, I don't want to throw it back. I can't tell if you're really. I know you haven't started yet, but we can cross that off the list. Sorry, you have to play guitar. So it looks like it's gonna be okay. Yeah. Last week or like 1 week up to the doctor. Because they're like, listen, they're like, it's either gonna be Hey, look, open it up. Open that thing up. Take a breath. But it
That's
was,
serious stress.
it was actually attached by the skin, so like, was it flat?
All right, let me look into it. Anyone that wants to come down, I wanted to share comments from last week that we didn't have access to, but we do now. From the meeting from 5:24, Patricia Carroll O'Reilly, 745 Schoolhouse Lane, asked, I was wondering what professional services the High Tops organization provides for the students, and what do they do for the students? I'm just going to read their vision. Their vision is to envision a world where young people are able to flourish because they are at home in their bodies, supported in the development of their sexual and gender identity, and equipped with the understanding of how to have safe, consensual, and healthy relationships. Their commitment is founded over 30 years ago by members of educators, nurses, and midwives. We have been on the forefront of adolescent sexual health. We are committed to creating a lasting positive impact on youth, their families, and communities, enabling our young people to thrive. There was a question from Diane
Pavlichko.
Thank you, Pavlichko?
Yeah.
Okay. 120 West Franklin South Street, Boundbrook. Hello, I'm writing today to express my disappointment with the district's decision to not renew Brian Kennedy's contract for the new school year. Mr. Kennedy has been a wonderful music teacher at Smalling. My daughter Charlotte is currently in the 5th grade and was so excited to try out an instrument next year. Her favorite projects and moments from Mr. Kennedy's class were creating her own slide project about her favorite musician, learning about the history of music, learning to play the recorder, and singing Let It Snow in the holiday concert. When Charlotte learned that Mr. Kennedy would not be returning in September, she came rushing down the stairs during the school day to tell me, visibly upset that he was leaving. She recently told me, Mr. Kennedy makes class fun and I like going to his class each week. I'll be sad when I don't see him next year at Smalling. Good teachers are leaving this district left and right. Mr. Kennedy is a great teacher and he's not being renewed. That makes no sense to me and will upset hundreds of students who have him each year. Thank you, Diane Pavlichko. Did I get that? Okay. From Melissa Pig, 675 T Street. I am sad to hear about Mr. Kennedy's contract not being renewed. He has done amazing things in the Smalling music department. Our children are upset about the possibility of him leaving. We have waited so long for a teacher to be invested in this subject. Our kids have been a part of the chorus, played recorder, done holiday shows, and sung publicly for our town. I urge you to reconsider. I believe this would be a great loss. Thank you. And Brooke Policastro, 403 Lamont Avenue. Now that it has been made clear Dr. Dan Gallagher has not been renewed as superintendent, when will the vacant position be posted to the public for application? Also, many districts have had great success forming community stakeholder groups to vet the superintendent candidates. The current temperature, interest, and willingness of Boundbrook community lends itself perfectly to now implement such a group. Most of us are either parents of or students in the district. We have raised our collective voice and want to actively participate in the superintendent's choice. Is the BOE willing to participate with a community stakeholder group for the vetting purpose? I think we talked about that. Yes, that was something that got brought up at the meeting, and that is absolutely something. As far as timeline, I don't know. I would assume we would start in the fall.
First thing we have to do is post it as a
Yeah, it has to. No, I mean, what is the time frame?
Well, Dr. Gallagher has another year on his contract.
Correct.
So typically,
start the search sometime next school year.
Yeah, no, yeah, at some point next school year.
Right, and you'll have to decide if you want to hire a consultant. Right. There's lots of.
But yes, as far as, we talked about it having faculty, staff, and community input in that process, that's absolutely something that we would entertain and look forward to. At this point, anyone in the audience that would like to come forward for anything on the agenda? Ms. Fisher's going to share one online comment.
This is from Patricia O'Reilly, 745 Schoolhouse Lane, regarding CARES funding. She said she's wondering about the source of CARES funding for extended learning. Does it come from the federal government? And the answer is yes, please. Yes.
Okay. Another thing from the last meeting, someone had asked us about the parent COVID surveys. They are online now on our website. They were made available. And I think is anyone coming down or no? We're good for now? All right, so we will continue. At this time, I need a motion for 5.1, the approval of minutes from 5/24/2021.
Motion.
Mr. Bell, and then second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, can I get a roll call?
Mr. Bell,
Yes.
Ms. Musson,
Yes.
Ms. Martinez,
Yes.
Ms. Morris,
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Valera,
Yes.
Mr. Zupko.
Yes.
Ms. Foster.
Yes. 6.1, approval of district and high school personnel resolutions. Resolved, the superintendent recommends for approval of the resolutions as outlined in personnel resolutions under district and high school 6.2 through 6.5. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Mr. Valera, can I get a second?
Second.
Mr. Zucco, any questions? Comments? Hearing none, can I get a roll call?
Mr. Bell,
Yes.
Ms. Musson,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Ms. Morris,
Yes.
Ms. Rosamano,
Yes.
Mr. Thomaselli,
Yes.
Mr. Valera,
Yes.
Mr. Zupko.
Yes.
And Mr. Foster.
Yes. 7.1, resolve the superintendent recommends for approval the resolutions as outlined in personnel resolutions under middle and elementary school, 7.2 through 7.11. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Ms. Morris, can I get a second?
Second.
Mr. Thomaselli, any comments?
Congratulations
Yeah.
to Ms. Laskowski.
Yeah, that was Elizabeth's second grade teacher, so thanks to her, and I know Ms. Oates Bullard, always a smile on her face,
Absolutely.
always had a smile and encouraging words, so good luck in their next part, the next chapter of their lives. I don't know Ms. Clevenger, but good luck to her as well, wherever she. Go ahead.
Sorry, I have a question about Mrs. B's position. Is that required, a master teacher?
Yes, if we're grant funded.
She, Ms. Musson asked if Ms. Oaks Bullard's position, would it,
Master teacher.
as a master teacher was required. Mrs. Fisher said yes, due to funding. That's a required position. Are there any other questions? Hearing none, can I get a roll call?
Mr. Bell,
Yes.
Ms. Musson,
Yes.
Ms. Martinez,
Yes.
Ms. Morris,
Yes.
Ms. Rosamano. Yes. Mr. Thomaselli,
Yes.
Mr. Valera,
Abstain.
noted, Mr. Zupko.
Yes.
And Mr. Foster.
Yes. 8.1, resolve the Bound Board of Education approves the resolutions as outlined in education resolutions under middle and elementary schools. 8.2, can I get a motion?
Motion.
Ms. Morris, second. Ms. Musson, any comments? Yay.
Glad you get to do something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's well, there's something to end this year that's fun, good for them. Hearing none, can I get a roll call?
Mr. Bell,
Yes.
Ms. Musson,
Yes.
Ms. Martinez,
Yes.
Ms. Morris,
Yes.
Ms. Rosamano. Mr. Thomaselli,
Yes.
Mr. Valera,
Abstain.
Mrs. Zupko?
Yes.
Mrs. Fazio?
Yes. 9.1, resolved, the Bound Board of Education approves the resolutions as outlined in financial resolutions 9.2 through 9.9. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Mr. Baudelaire, second. Ms. Musson, thank you to the two donations for haircuts and for the $1,500 for the food bag. That's quite generous. I'm glad to see that. It's continuing.
I have to abstain from 9.4, check number 998.
Hey, Michelle. So question, tomorrow they're doing the haircut thing with the Votex coming. Are we prepared? I mean, at 9 o'clock this morning, it was 90 degrees out. Are we gonna have, do we have water and things or shade set up for that?
Minister, we have all equipment, devices, there's water, there's security, just in case. Hopefully it doesn't rain.
It's not gonna rain. It's not gonna rain tomorrow.
And I know that we have really large pop-ups, the St. Crusader, maybe you can work with the high school.
Yeah, we have tent sets coming as well.
You do? Okay, good.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, can I get a roll call?
Mr. Bale?
Yes.
Ms. Lawson?
Yes, sorry, yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes.
Ms. Morris?
Yes.
Mr. Zupano?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Mr. Baudelaire?
Yes.
Mrs. Zupko?
Yes.
And Mrs. Fazio?
Yes. Is there anything else anyone wants to bring forth? Any new items? Seeing none, we are now open to the public for discussion. Just make sure if you do, please sign the book that is down there first before making your comments.
Hello. I hope everyone's doing well this evening. I'd like to start off by saying thank you to all the teachers, staff, and board members for making this school year as normal as possible for our children. Even though we are still challenged by the after effects of the pandemic, I truly believe you have all done your best and have really been fantastic in keeping our children in a safe and engaging learning environment. Today, I'd like to ask you a few questions related to our ongoing problem in hopes that together we may find the truth. For Bound Brook to succeed, we must reflect the priorities, concerns, and aspirations of the Bound Brook community as a whole. Is the board open to creating a distinct social media page, such on Facebook, to communicate information, news, and calendar announcements? By creating such page, we believe it promotes collaboration, sharing of opinions, listening, and transparency. All great qualities that we hope the board would want to nurture in our school community. Can we make this a two-way communication a priority?
We would certainly discuss it if there's, as far as whether or not we would do that, I don't know who would run the board, whose responsibility it would be. There was a survey that went out for parents, and their preferred communication was actually email. And less than 10% said that they would want to communicate through a website. So I'm not
How
sure.
long ago was that?
This year.
This year? Beginning of the year, do you know?
It was throughout this, it was the pulse survey, correct? Yeah, the pulse survey, which is on the website. That was one of the questions they asked for how parents prefer for communication, and the overwhelming was almost 80% for email.
I'd say that maybe times are changing and people are definitely engaging a lot on Facebook about what's going on. So this is why we're kind of bringing this question up to see if you guys would be up for it.
We'll consider it.
Thank you. In hopes that we may work together, we would like to suggest we look back, looking forward. Certainly our school district has worked together with the community before, and if it has not, let's break the chain. and work together to promote a safe and successful future for our children. We would like to take the initiative in requesting the board work with us, Bound Brook community, as a partnership where we may be involved, support the board, and make recommendations. Recommendations, for instance, on the new superintendent position that will be available in the near future. Make the future of Bound Brook Public Schools the business of the entire Bound Brook community. Would the board be open to this initiative?
Yeah, we said that earlier. Right, absolutely. I think the
So-
community as well as the school community itself.
Absolutely. Now, do you think that this is something that maybe we could schedule a meeting for and try to figure out if we can get this rolling next school year?
I would wait till the beginning of next school year to roll that out. I wouldn't do it at this point.
Okay, so maybe then in the beginning of the school year, we can figure out how that can work.
Like I said, we have to look at what the whole process entails as far as hiring consultants and making sure that we follow all the appropriate steps.
Makes sense.
Absolutely have. You know, we just talked about teacher committees, administrative committees, and communities members as well.
Okay, great. That's great news. The New Jersey School Ethics Act establishes ethical standards for all school officials, including yourselves. You must avoid conduct which is in violation of your public trust or that may create an impression that such trust is being violated. We have become the voice of families, staff, students, and community members, and we are driven by what we have heard from the numerous victims and the overwhelming interactions with Dr. Daniel Gallagher. Our concerns have led us to request you uphold your oath and as the final authority in the school district to whom we respect and have confidence that you will investigate legally the superintendent. Yet, why haven't you investigated him? Why have you allowed him to remain in his position and now possibly principal?
Would you like to handle that?
Well, I'm not really sure what you're referring to, investigating. I need a specific allegation.
What kind of specific allegations? A lot of people have come up here to speak. Do you need more? I mean, help us, help you, help us.
I'm not aware of any specific allegations other than.
There was a girl here last meeting speaking about it. She read a story about another person that went through a situation. There's so many stories about bullying, about teachers leaving. It's a little alarming that you're giving me that answer, to be honest.
Well, first of all, I'm a board attorney, I'm not on the board.
Okay.
I was not here at the last meeting.
Okay.
I'm not here at every meeting. I know that there's policies in place to investigate bullying.
Awesome.
Are made, this district is, as far as I know, very astute in following the statute and doing the investigations and coming to a determination. So anything related to bullying has been addressed, and if it hasn't been brought to the attention of the proper people.
So who would you say are the proper people?
Well, it depends on who the allegation is against. I mean.
I just said Gallagher. It's always the same person for years. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I mean, this is an ongoing process.
Are we talking about students?
We're talking about students, staff, teachers. We're talking about back to when he was a principal. There was a gentleman that was bullied and harassed with a lot of homophobic situations against him. And that's really alarming. My kids are going to be in the school system for a while, and I'm really concerned. So that's why we're here today. And if you can let us know what else we can do, we'll do it. What do we need to do? Do we need to bring more victims here again? How many times do we need to bring them up here?
I would suggest that you accumulate everything in a written form, address it to the board, and then they can go from there. But I will say you can't go back years. I mean, I'm not sure how long Dr. Gallagher's been in the superintendent role, but I know it's been some time. I would suggest you don't go back.
Why not?
To history.
This is an answer. I mean, this is an honest question.
Because that's just the way it is. I mean.
What do you mean it's the way it is? Is it the way it is in Bound Brook or in general?
There's statutes of limitations that you need to bring things forward in a timely manner so they can be addressed when things are fresh in people's mind.
Okay, I understand that. Now, let me ask you a question. So what happens to when the people, it happened at the time and they did come up and it wasn't resolved? So then it just happened again. Then someone came up and spoke up and nothing happened and it happened again.
As I said, I think you need to put that all to the paper.
In a document?
Yes.
Okay. And then present it to the board?
Yes.
And what do you think that we could, what would be the light at the end of the tunnel here? Do you have any recommendations, thoughts?
Depending on what is presented and once it's investigated, I can't predict. I don't have a.
Okay, so what happens if all these people got together and wrote their story down and we shared it all with the board or however the process may be? Is there going to be retaliation to those people? Because it has happened in the past of him calling their workplaces and informing them that that person is A, B, C, D, that person is not good to be in that job. So what happens then? Are these people, this is why people are not here today. You know that, right? People are scared. And this is why the community is here.
Retaliations against the law.
Oh, okay, well, you just gave us our answer. Right, yeah, all right, awesome. Now, as we understand that these legalities take some time, we will continue to be aware, present, and as I mentioned above, available to work together with the board in removing Dr. Gallagher from our school district altogether. Now, my last question is, are all your emails up to date and checked regularly? If we reach out individually, will we be getting a response?
Check mine daily, but I can't speak for anyone else.
And on the site, are they all up to date?
Yeah, that is how we communicate through the district email.
Okay, just a question.
It's
Thank
the
you.
same as the teachers, just
Okay.
first initial and last name, so,
Thank you, good night.
thank you.
Hello, I'm Lauren Paxton, president of the BBEA. Recently, a survey was distributed to the BBEA members. I have sent you a copy of the questions and results of the survey. They should be in your email. This has been and continues to be a difficult year for everyone. In order to make Bound Brook a better place, we needed to understand the thoughts and concerns of our members. The questions dealt with the handling of COVID issues, distance learning, and people's thoughts about returning to in-person schooling. The results of the survey are clear. There is a serious problem in Bound Brook. We cannot move forward and work together to solve issues that come up if the vast majority of people are afraid of retaliation if they voice their thoughts. There is a lack of communication, there's a lack of trust, and there is a lack of confidence in the current upper administration. Some of the questions. Our district has taken appropriate action in response to COVID-19. 64% agreed. The superintendent does a good job of sharing information regarding COVID-19. 70% disagreed. The superintendent cares about my health and safety. 62% disagreed. I have confidence in the district's ability to overcome the challenges presented by COVID-19. 53% agreed. I feel comfortable communicating concerns or making suggestions about dealing with COVID-19 to the superintendent. 82% disagreed. Systems are in place to practice social distancing in our district. 65% agreed. I am confident in the abilities of our upper administration to handle COVID-related issues as they arise. 56% disagreed. I would like to see more info on the COVID-19 positive letter sent out. 71% agreed. I would like to know how many COVID-19 positive there were in my building each day, week, month. 84% agreed. Mr. Tomaselli had those questions if I pulled my members at the time, after you asked, I told them, and that's the numbers. So they wanted more information. I feel supported by the district while working remotely. 65% agreed. I have the materials and equipment I need to perform effectively at home and remotely. The lighting here stinks. 86% agreed. I have the technology I need to help me stay connected to my students and our colleagues when working remotely. 88% agreed. Our district welcomes new methods of working and communicating to improve productivity. About 50-50. The district communicates updated district health and safety policies and procedures that have been put in place. 58% disagreed. I understand what is expected of me to maintain a healthy and safe environment at work. 78% agreed. I am comfortable returning to my work site. 63% agreed. The district has answered all my questions about returning to full in-person instruction. Almost 74% disagreed. I know what's expected of me to perform my job. Almost 92% agreed to that. I am informed about important changes at work in a timely manner. 60% disagreed. Our district provides clear, effective communication. 80% disagreed. All people in my workplace, regardless of position, are held accountable for their actions. Almost 72% disagreed. All positions are treated equally. Almost 90% disagreed. I feel comfortable to voice my opinion even when it differs from the superintendent. 86% disagreed. Difficult situations at work are addressed effectively and professionally. 68% disagreed. It really feels like everyone is on the same team at my district. Almost 91% disagreed with that statement. There is an atmosphere of trust in our district. Almost 90% disagreed. The environment at this district supports a balance between work and personal life. About 50-50. I feel comfortable attending a Board of Ed meeting. 52 said they agree. I feel there will be repercussions if I attend a Board of Ed meeting. 48% said they agree with that statement. I feel comfortable speaking at a Board of Ed meeting. 85% disagree. I feel there will be repercussions if I speak at a Board of Ed meeting. 83% agree. I feel my district welcomes my input in making decisions. 84% disagree. I feel valued as a stakeholder in my district. Almost 83% disagreed. The silver lining in this difficult year has been the relationships we have built with our students, parents, and community members. We were able to get through this with cooperation, tenacity, and an unbreakable mutual desire to protect and serve your children. We are forever grateful for the community support, and we are looking forward to an even better year starting in September. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Can I get a moment? Oh, we have a couple that are online?
Yep. The first one's from Patricia O'Reilly. Where can parents find the side letter between the BOE and the Education Association that was mentioned during the May 10th BOE meeting? I was told if it was approved, it would be on the district website.
Was that for the summer, the 11 month? That was for the 11 month, right?
Yes.
I don't have that answer. That would be a Dr. Gallagher answer.
Do you normally post those things?
We don't usually post.
Well, contracts are public. Yeah, so it should be posted somewhere. Because it's public and it's,
So then we have to make sure we get that out.
The next one's from Patricia Carol O'Reilly. Wondering about the chain of command, as Dr. Gallagher is on medical leave, I assume the assistant superintendent takes over his responsibility. What happens if the assistant superintendent is off, who takes over the role?
Want to answer that?
Well, I mean, I'm in constant contact with Dr. Gallagher anyway, but I've been told to include you or the attorney on anything that's happening within the district. And then if I'm not physically present in the district, I would assume that the next person would be Mr. DeMarco and the building principals. I have my cell phone and email on me all the time, so I think I've been pretty good on the one day that I was out, making sure we correspond. Next one's from Patricia Carol O'Reilly. Will children need to wear masks next school year? That's a governor decision. That hasn't been us yet, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
I think it's under 12, I think they're saying you're gonna have to wear masks.
So we won't know that till.
We
And
won't.
that's the whole thing, everybody wants answers, and we can't get them because we haven't been given them yet. So we know,
It's too far away. You
Yeah.
can't make a decision.
I mean, we don't, September's is.
We'll probably know like September 1st.
We submit stuff and then the state changes it the next day, and it's like now we have to plan it all over again.
Yeah, so at this point,
Yeah.
we don't know.
Yeah, because at one point it was you can have remote, now you can't have remote, so it's a weekly struggle.
All right, the next one's from Patricia Carol O'Reilly. What outreach activities will the superintendent have for parents that have concerns? Will the coffee with the superintendent be reinstated?
Have to ask him when he gets back.
Absolutely, it's a good question, can't answer that one.
The last one is from Victoria Gaeta. I hope I said it, Gaeta. My name is Victoria Gaeta. I reside at 244 Chestnut Street, and I am a concerned parent of a child actively enrolled in Bound Brook schools. In order for our children to get the best education, which they rightfully deserve, we first need to ensure they have the best teachers. There's no doubt that we have some already, but unfortunately, as heard in many former BOE meetings, we are losing far too many. On top of it, we are losing them to other districts. Other districts are striving and improving at our expense. With so many allegations of poor leadership, I can't help but wonder if there's a common reason for those departures and if the board has ever looked into the stats of teacher and staff turnaround in our district and the reason for departure separation. Are exit interviews in place and analyzed for future improvements so that our district can better itself? In the last 2 BOE meetings, the subject of a staff survey was raised and findings were still pending. As those results may provide the BOE with significant insight, I'd like to ask again about the results. When will the results become available? What is the delay? Who will receive and analyze those results? Will the board review them? Furthermore, at the last meeting, we learned that Dr. Gallagher will not be renewed for superintendent, and he will be placed into an administrative position within the district. Due to numerous accounts of ethical violations he has been accused of, I would like to ask the board if they plan to look into these accounts before finalizing any agreements for his new position. If those claims are proven insubstantial and he is granted a new position within the district, what position will that be? And will the new position be awarded at the rate of his current salary? Lastly, I'd like to end by saying thank you to all the teachers, staff, and members of the board for devoting your time for our children's development. As a parent of a child in the district, I greatly appreciate all of the hard work that each of you are doing to help our children's education and want only to continue and better that path. Many thanks for your time and attention on these matters, and looking forward to working together to grow and improve our district.
The pulse survey, I think, went out today. Is that what is that the last survey that they were asking about? The most recent, the pulse survey?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's online currently, I looked before we came here.
It's under news and announcements. It's the top
Yeah.
one. I'm sorry, the Chipotle ad is kind of distracting. It distracts you to the yummy food.
That's okay. As far as Dr. Gallagher, that would not be, that's not up to the board, it'd be up to the next superintendent.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, it's up to the next what?
Superintendent, where he's placed is up to the next, so,
Okay,
yeah,
so-
we don't have any say, I mean, we can give feedback, but as far as where he's placed, that's up to whoever his successor is.
If we can bring these allegations forward.
Correct.
As mentioned.
That is correct.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
What would the role of HR play? If a teacher
She's asking what role would the HR department play as far as a teacher bringing forth any sort of allegations?
I can answer that one, but maybe we should do it behind closed doors.
Yeah, there's certain things we can't discuss in public. That's probably one of them. Anything else online? That's it. Just make sure you sign.
Oh, yeah, all right. Hello, Brooke Paula Castro, 403 Lamont Ave. I think you already read my question that I had submitted last week. For the last meeting but I was in transit, so on my way here. So thank you for reading it. I have a couple of follow-ups. So also, the superintendent job posting, when might that happen?
Next school year.
Would that be what specific time during the next school year? At the beginning, in September, or would it happen in August? Because I'm assuming that a superintendent is a pretty hefty job and has to go through a large vetting process. And if we're going to be including community stakeholders, if that's going to be a possibility of having it be, a group think tank where we all have a bit of a say and we all have the opportunity to interview, then this person needs to be accessible candidates need to be accessible for an extended period of time for all of us to, poke and probe and ask our questions. And so that's why I'm saying, when do you think?
I would assume when we get back in September.
September?
That process.
Okay, because it could probably be long and we don't want to have a lag of no superintendent. As far as Patricia Kelly-Ari's question about removing masks, I totally understand you can't answer questions about next year because everything changes minute to minute. But I did see that the governor did say that kids can remove their masks during extreme heat. So will they be provided, not indoor, but would they be provided potentially outdoor mask breaks during extreme heat? Now that we're coming into the summertime temperatures?
We were just discussing that for recess outside.
Right.
They're allowed to take masks off.
That's already-
For gyms, they're not outside.
Because they're indoors.
No, even if they're outdoors, for some reason, that's what Phil Murphy said, for some reason. But for recess, you don't need to wear a mask outside. But for gym, if you're outside, you still need to wear a mask.
That
It makes no sense.
That
It's not
makes my
our
head hurt.
policy. I'm just saying, well, we discussed this before the meeting actually happened.
Okay, yeah, so that's all right, cool. And then as far as Lauren's numbers that he gave, as far as all that information, as far as the teacher polling, 3/4 of our teachers don't feel safe, comfortable, or that their opinions are validated, and they're also leaving. That's a red flag. That's a giant red flag that I really hope that you take all those numbers, 3/4, 82%, 91% of our teachers don't feel safe or comfortable. But however, even though they're not safe, they don't feel comfortable, they know what their job is and they know how to do it and they know how to work with the resources that they are given. So I think that needs to absolutely be applauded. And for those that stick around, even though they don't feel safe, that their opinions matter, that they can be a part of their whole that they can be a part of the school that they are teaching at, they stay for the students, even though they don't feel as though they are validated in their position. So those big 3/4 of our staff that don't feel safe, that's huge. And I really, really hope that you take a hard look at those numbers and you look at the large percentage, those same teachers that do their job because they're good at it, because they enjoy it, because they love it, because teaching is a part of them, are those same people that don't feel, that aren't being treated as human within their position, and yet they stay. So we really need to balance what we're doing. And I think the only way to do that is to have them not be afraid to show up to a BOE meeting, have them not be afraid that there's just gonna be retaliation brought against them just because they have an opinion, because they have an experience that goes against something that they're not, that goes against their contract, that goes against their actual job.
or they're asked to do something that is against their job title, position, description, or even their legal agreement to do that's binded by law beyond our district. And they're asked to go outside of that. And we don't listen to them. We don't make it safe for them to say it. We retaliate against them. Why? Why would you do that to a person? It's not right. Definitely not kind. So let's move forward with kindness. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else that would like to come forward? Hearing none, can I get a motion to go into executive to talk about HIB? I think that's. There's no new ones.
Yeah, there's some, anything else that we're going under? Bob usually gives us one.
Okay. So can I get a motion to go into, Mr. Zupper, can you have a second?
Do we need to go in just to approve?
It's just approved.
There's nothing new.
Unless somebody has.
Do we have any questions about it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, we need an executive. All right. And so Mr. Zupko gave me a motion, can I get a second?
Second.
Are we adjourning?
Mr.
Executive, or are we adjourning?
Yeah, no, we'll come back,
Come back.
we have to come back and just move the two HIB, things. So, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
I'm gonna unmute you, so just so you know, you're unmuted,
All
but
right,
I want.
you have to tell me that, because sometimes I say things that are.
Well, you get
It can be a little racy
rush.
sometimes. Yeah, I know. That's why you like me, Tom. You never know what's gonna come out of my mouth sometimes.
It's just it.
It's just it. All right. You, yeah. Thank you. I don't know who did it.
It's 8:30.
I keep here for Mr. Paulson softball game, but it's not a game.
I know you keep charge, I apologize. You all back?
Back.
All right, at this point, 14.1, resolve the Bound Board of Education, the approval of the resolutions as outlined and the approval of IP cases under high school. 14.2, can I get a motion?
Motion. Second.
Ms. Morris, Mr. Thomaselli, roll call?
Sabino.
Yes.
Lawson.
Yes.
Martinez.
Yes.
Morris.
Yes.
Shabana.
Yes.
Yes.
He said yes.
Sabino.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 15.1, resolve the Bound Board of Education, the approval of the resolutions as outlined and approval of HIP cases under middle and elementary school. 15.2, can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Ms. Morris and Mr. Thomaselli, roll call?
Sabino.
Yes.
Lawson.
Yes.
Ms. Martinez.
Yes.
Ms. Morris.
Yes.
Ms. Rosamano.
Yes.
Mr. Tomaselli.
Yes.
Sabino.
Abstain.
Zupko. Yes. Mr. Positive.
Yes. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Everyone, aye.
Hold it in the minute, you don't have to say abstain.
Somebody else?